Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Luis Enrique Perez. Perez was shot and killed on Monday, November 5th, 2018 in the 5700 block of 8th Avenue in Hyde Park, according to LA County coroner records. Shimron Sherwin Dixon was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. On the morning of November 5th, 2018, victim Luis was working at a body shop and tire store he owned on Slauson Avenue. The victim's wife worked with him there. The business had a storage building for parts and supplies. That morning, the victim and his wife had received a shipment of oil and were unloading it from a car. The wife heard her husband call out. She looked toward the business and saw a person later identified as defendant in front of one wall. Defendant began approaching the victim. The victim asked defendant what he was doing. The victim and defendant exchanged words in angry tones for 2 or 3 minutes. Defendant began walking toward the daycare center next door. The victim followed him and they started arguing again. The victim turned back towards his business. Defendant lifted his sweater and pulled out a gun. The wife screamed out to her husband to run or do something because he was going to shoot him. Defendant shot the victim 3 to 5 times. The victim collapsed little by little, and the wife ran toward the business to call her brother-in-law. A witness had lived on the same block as the victim shot for 16 or 17 years. Around 10:30 on the morning of November 5th, 2018, he heard 6 or 7 shots. The witness went outside to look for his son. He saw defendant walking slowly on the sidewalk. Defendant said, "Loco dude shooting down there, guy shooting down there in the corner." Defendant crossed the street, walking slowly and looking back. The witness later picked defendant's picture out of a photo lineup. Officers who responded to the scene saw spray painted graffiti on a wall of the victim's business. The graffiti was RMS. Jurors were shown surveillance video from a nearby business of defendant spray painting the wall. The video contained audio of defendant asking the victim, "You got a problem?" and then saying, "RMS locos, that's my barrio." RMS is a gang. The letters stand for Reload My Strap, Real Mad Skills, Reefer Money Sex, or Repping My Set. The jurors were shown an Instagram photo of the defendant making a gang sign with his hands. A deputy medical examiner testified the victim had been shot 7 times, including a shot to the chest that struck various organs, caused significant bleeding, and was fatal. Following the trial, the jury convicted defendant Dixon of first-degree murder and found the firearm and gang allegations true. The court sentenced defendant Dixon to 50 years to life. Luis Enrique Perez was 52 years old at the time of death.